जाने न जाने ये दो जाने, जाने न जाने ये दो जाने, जाने न जाने ये दो जाने, जाने अध जग काजे बाजे मुरलिया बाजे, बाजे रे मुरलिया बाजे।
भूल गई राधा भरी गगरिया, भूल गई राधा भरी गगरिया, भूल गए गोधन को सावरिया, भूल गए गोधन को सावरिया, जाने न जाने ये दो जाने, जाने न जाने ये दो जाने, जाने अध जग
काजे बाजे मुरलिया बाजे, बाजे रे मुरलिया बाजे, बाजे रे मुरलिया बाजे, बाजे रे मुरलिया बाजे, बाजे रे मुरलिया बाजे। अधर धरे मोहन मुरली पर, अधर धरे मोहन मुरली पर, होठ से माया विराजे, बाजे मुरलिया बाजे, बाजे रे मुरलिया बाजे, मुरलिया बाजे, मुरलिया बाजे।
बाजे रे मुरलिया बाजे, बाजे रे मुरलिया बाजे, बाजे रे मुरलिया बाजे। अधर धरे मोहन मुरली पर, अधर धरे मोहन मुरली पर, होठ पे माया विराजे, बाजे मुरलिया बाजे, बाजे रे मुरलिया बाजे। हरे बास की बनी मुरलिया, हरे हरे बास की बनी मुरलिया, मरम मरम को छुए अंगुरिया, मरम मरम को छुए अंगुरिया, चंचल चतुर अंगुरिया जिस
सागरसागरसागरसागरसागरसागरसागरसागरसागरसागरसागरसागरसागरसागरसागरसागरसागरसागरसागरसागरसागरसागरसागरसागरं कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पतान शृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सीदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। सरस्वत्यै नमो नित्यम्। भद्रकाल्ये नमो नमः। वेदवेदान्तवेदाङ्ग विद्यास्थानेभ्य एव च। ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। यो गुरुः स शिवः प्रोक्तः यः शिवः स गुरुः स्मृतः विकल्पं यस्तु कुर्वीत स नरो गुरुतल्पकः। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। यं प्रव्रजन्तम् अनुपेतम् अपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकातराजुहाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवोऽभिनेदुः तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि। यस्वानुभावम् अखिलश्रुतिसारमेकम् अध्यात्मदीपम् अतितितीर्षतां तमोन्नम् संसारिणां करुणया आह पुराणगुह्यम् तं व्याससूनुम् उपयामि गुरुं मुनीनाम्। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमम् देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः पङ्कजनाभाय नमः पङ्कजमालिने नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्घ्रे। नमो किञ्चन वित्ताय निवृत्तगुणवृत्तये आत्मारामाय शान्ताय कैवल्यपतये नमः। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरे परमात्मने प्रणतक्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः गोविन्दाय नमो नमः श्री कृष्ण गोविंद श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद 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 हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद 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 हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। बोलिए कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। नमः पार्वती पते हर हर महादेव। हरि ओम। Today is the last day of our talk in Swadharma. That which takes us away from Paradharma, Vidharma, Upma, Abhas, Chal. There are 5 branches of Adharma. It is called Paradharma, Vidharma, Upma, Abhas, Chal. Where is it written? 15th chapter, 12th verse. 7th canto, 7.15.12. Vidharmah paradharmascha abhasa upama chalaha adharma shakha panchema dharmagya adharmavat yajet. 5 things should be left. What is Swadharma? What is Dharma? Which takes from our personality, which takes something which is not belonging to me. Those aspects of our personality which are foreign personalities, which is reducing my intensity to know the truth, which is making the God unhappy, which is making me spiritually dull, which is making me intellectually gross, which is making me emotionally impure, which is making me socially unacceptable, which is going to create new birth. That is called Adaram, which will scatter me in various directions, which blunts my best. I could have done better. I could have thought better. I could have lived this date better, which has worsened my better, which has held my capacities, rather nipped my capacities. Like infection is there. So the infection acts at a certain organ in your body. It can be your throat, it can be stomach, it can be lungs, it can be kidney infection. Various areas, different infection have different antibiotic. Not that any antibiotic you do for anything, all are not same. Stomach antibiotic will not work for your nose allergy. And kidney antibiotic will not work for your stomach, as far as I know. Okay? So if you have a stomach infection, which all of you may have at times, it is important to have. In human body only you have. So at that time, stomach is not functioning. Anything you eat is not digested. You must have noticed. You say, I have a food poisoning. A stomach infection is there. Or COVID is there. It's lungs infection is there. Lung is not functioning properly. You find a problem in breathing. Therefore, they test your oxygen level. Or if you have cold, that is also kind of infection where you are coughing a lot. Quite infectious. You distribute it to others also. Your fever and cold. Free of cost. Unauthorized distributor. And or you have a renal infection. Renal means kidney infection. So kidney may have some problem. So infection is that blocks your capacity. You are not doing, that part of the body is underperforming. Rather it is negatively performing. It is giving you pain. It has become a liability for you. It has become a source of concern. It takes your thought away. It makes you a little worried. It makes you incapacitated. This is better. Your capacity, it pins you down to bed. It is the very vibrant, dynamic person is now pinning. A talkative person is not able to talk. A glutton is not even to eat. So these are the signs. So what is adharma, which is opposite of adharma? You have a capacity to meditate. You have a capacity to leave everybody mentally. You have a capacity to think about self. You have a capacity to identify with Lord's desire. Right now, what is the Lord's desire I should think? There is a frequency Lord is sending constantly. I'm not catching that. I have my adharma infection is there. If I have that, I can take it out, I can immediately get this is the Lord's wish and this is not His wish. Swadharma removes this. And your capacity of thinking, of meditating, of doing jap, of remaining in solitude, of knowing the self, of meditating, of contemplating on self, of serving the Guru. It is unimpeded capacities there. You don't get impedance in that. You are not, somebody is not stopping you. You become a bigger person in your Atmakar vritti, in your Ishtakar vritti. You have plenty of Ishtakar vritti. Thought of God is quite a bit in him. When you have one thought in a big measure, you can do your sadhana for a long time. Because sadhana requires bringing out that thought for a long time. Supposing you say you can do jap. So jap means without losing concentration, I can do jap for half an hour, 1 hour. But you have lot of thought of God, you can do for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. So when you do sadhana, your too much of thought of Lord or thought of self is required. Because you don't have, therefore you stop in. I do one mala. Or I sit for 5 minutes. Because you don't have lot of thought. Movie you can watch for 2, 4 hours, 5 hours. Because you have lot of thought of Kam Krodh, and that supports the thought of suspicion, horror movie, or what is it called? Lot of movies are there, romantic movies are there, horror movies are there, patriotic movies are there. Or kaun si movie? What else is there? Comedy movie is there. Because comedy is there and something is there. Because you have a lot of things to laugh upon, therefore you can laugh a lot. Funny things are there in the comedy movie. Spiritual movies are there. So what you have, you can spend a lot of time. Supposing you have a lot of love for your Guru, you can spend time with him hours together, watching him, talking to him, even sitting quietly. If Gurudev was sitting, he need not talk all the time. I could just sit quietly. He need not. I will also not talk, he will also not talk. Let him sit. I can spend the whole day, night with him. Watching him, thinking about him. I don't need anything in that, because already lot of thought is there regarding him. Others will think, what are you doing? Not getting bored? Or he can do anything, he can ask me anything. So when you are in spiritual sadhana, you need lot of thought of Ishta or lot of thought of Atma and Brahman. Swadharma brings that capacity out in you. And you can contemplate for a long time. You can be deep. When I say intensity, it means exclusive to all other thoughts. It's called single-pointedly you can think. This is what is important. Our capacities are very less sometimes. We are tired very fast. When samskar are less in some area, you get tired. If somebody is talking about cricket and you don't have interest in cricket, you have? Don't think so you have. So you'll get tired. You said, what are they talking about? Australia match with India, what is there? Then that is called T20. What is T20? 20 times they distribute T. What is T20? What is T20? You don't have interest in cricket. You have. Okay, so if you have, so you can talk a lot about cricket. And they watch cricket whole day. I also used to watch once upon a time in my student days. No school, no college that day. Nothing. I said, don't disturb me. And my own calculators, paper, records, everything was ready. Not just sitting like that and watching. Nothing, all records, everybody's, what is his run rate, what is the average going on. That was another topic they have played wrongly, said, let us leave now. I can talk for hours together. This is plays in Ranji match, this is the first match. Now God has taken away all the such. I don't know what match is going on. भगवान की लीला है, आपको याद भी नहीं who is playing, who is not playing, I have no idea now. I am not in touch with the cricket. Who is the player, I don't know. Very less I know. But the Swadharma is based on increasing your sadhana capacity and decreasing your काम क्रोध capacity. You'll be very tired after getting anger. In 5 minutes you'll be tired. अब I cannot be angry any longer. हम बहुत कष्ट हो रहा है मैं angry होना. I cannot be angry. You'll feel throttled. What you could be angry for hours, now in 5-10 minutes you are tired because that vasana has been taken out. If calm comes, you will be double tired. Well, I cannot have calm for more than 3-4 minutes. I cannot take it anymore. You become intolerant to your calm, krodh, dvesh. Once upon a time you may be tolerant. But that Swadharma has taken out your vasana. Therefore you are not. Well, don't talk about somebody bad. Don't talk. I cannot take anybody. I cannot hear bad too long. Don't खत्म करो इस बात को. हो गया. Don't think, don't talk. जो जैसा है वैसा है. Fine. ठीक है. So Swadharma is the one. On one hand, it enhances your spiritual personality, and on other hand, that personality which is pulling you down to samsara, it tries to block it or tries to nullify it slowly. And this you will find many times, that the company which you were relishing once upon a time, 10 year, 5 year back, if after so much of satsang, if you are put in the same company, same thing, you will feel out of the place very fast. Because your vasanas are not there, you feel exhausted. You feel tired, you feel frustrated. Outside you are doing like this, but inside you are not. You become more actor rather than a performer there. You must have seen, right? All of you must have seen. So just waiting for the time to get over, because your vasanas are not there. So Swadharma is going to increase your vasana on your Atma Karvritti vasana. First chapter of Panchadashi says, the vasana of meditation, he gives a new name. It is already there in other places. Dharma makes samadhi. But you increase the vasana of dhyan and samadhi. And like the megh means the cloud showers, similarly when you sit, there will be shower of the thought of Brahman. Dharma makes samadhi, he gives the name. Swadharma is difficult because you are going against your bad nature which you have been practicing. My nature is to talk bad and see bad. My nature is of calm. My nature is of krodh. My nature is to sleep till late. My nature is to have anxiety. Panic attacks are there. Unnecessary panic attacks. Let the panic button be there. Don't have panic attack. No need for any attack. Panic. What happened? I have to talk. What happened? Huh? No, something serious has happened. What? What happened? Decode, don't be in the panic attack. Otherwise I'll fix you somewhere. Our panic buttons are fixed now. But how do they know if new person come where it is? We get to notify somewhere. Huh? No, but they don't know. He will think it's a tube light switch. He'll switch on. And some people, out of curiosity, touch everything. So please, you have to write, I think somewhere, that this is a panic button here. Please press only if required. In the case of urgencies. खेलते हैं बोले क्या है कुछ देखते हैं ट्यूबलाइट है या कुछ जल जाए. You don't know what will blink out of excitement. When you go in the hotel new room, no, you see all these things. You press every button here and there. Anyway, that's not the question here. My point is, you are out of the panic. So vidharma pardharmascha. बहुत बढ़िया है. Swadharma point is, you won't decide what you have to do. My Swadharma, I will not decide. Your Swadharma, you won't. 3 things I said, Varnashram decides, what introduction society gives, that decides, and my Antaryami. These are 3 things that decide our Swadharma. You have remembered that? I told in Gita class, Sriyan Swadharma Vigana, etc. Let me just quickly go through Vidharma Paradharmascha. Vidharma means you are doing something which disturbs somebody. I was in Ujjain. And Ujjain, I was doing my meditation in the morning, 4 o'clock. That must be in 97 or something. So it was 4 o'clock. I said, very quiet time, morning time, let me meditate. Outside, somebody shouted, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna. Oh, there is no need to shout. Your dharma should not disturb somebody else's. Putting on loudspeaker. Devi Jagran is going on. And by don't put loudspeaker. There are people who are ill also, there may be student also, they will be disturbed by your Devi Jagran. In India there is something called Devi Jagran. So whole night they have Devi songs. Full loudspeaker. Point is, somebody is not well, somebody's tomorrow's exams are there. Next room, next door. That is Vidharma. That is called Vidharma. Your dharma is obstructing somebody else's dharma. That is called Vidharma. Because it is creating disturbance. Remain quiet. Okay. You get up in the morning, and because you got up, you made so much of sound, everybody got up. If somebody may have slept late, he may be in office, or he may have been doing the student's work, and you open all the ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Some people are very noisy by nature. They'll open the tap full, and the bucket is empty. Tuck, sound will come. When you are opening the tap, please, and see somebody sleeping, slant the bucket slightly so that sound is least heard. Biggest forces are silent. How to slant, by the way? So, Vidharma. If the bucket is getting full, how will you slant? That is your area. Then next is Paradharma. Paradharma means doing somebody else's work. Somebody else's grahas puts on akar robe. And brahmachari puts on pant, shirt or salwar. That is called Paradharma. Brahmacharni should put on sari. And brahmachari should put on his own lungi and angavastra, kurta, etc. Okay. Convenience is such that they put on something else. That is Paradharma. You are not supposed to do it. Dharma is that through which you look graceful. Dharma is that through which other person finds easy to interact with you. He gives you an identity which is not contradicting your behavior. My identity, my dress, my language, my schedule should not be contradicting each other. When Parashuramji comes in Ramayana, you know what, this was the problem. Sant besh karni kathin. His attire was of a saint, but shouting a lot. And he said, I'll kill you. A saint is not expected to do all these things. Sant besh, this is the color which symbolizes renunciation, which symbolizes quietness, which symbolizes equanimity, which symbolizes less sleep, which symbolizes less eating, which symbolizes living alone, which symbolizes purity, which symbolizes not hurting anybody, which symbolizes meditation, which symbolizes living in the jungles if required, which symbolizes attachmentlessness. Right? If this is the dress, then my action should be in synchrony with my dress. Either don't put on the dress. But somebody, I see you in this dress, sometime another dress, I get confused also. What identity to give to you? Shall I treat you like a brahmacharni or like other girl? If I take my dress out and put on other shorts, etc., how difficult for you to deal with me? Rope pants are there. Loose bloomers. Bloomers, no? You don't bloom, but it's called bloomer. So the society gets confused. इनको कैसे देखें? By your attitude, your action, your behavior should be in the same resonance and frequency with your dress, your speech. If some grahas puts on akar rope, that also happens. Foolish people are there. बोले स्वामी जी हैं ये स्वामी जी की वाइफ है. It happened in Durban somewhere I went. झटका लगा एक का एक. वो आ रहे बोले आ जाओ भाई. स्वामी जी स्टिल टू हिज वाइफ. ओके क्या है भाई, वाइफ कहां से आ गई स्वामी जी की? इसको बोलते हैं परधर्म. गृहस्थ को गृहस्थ की तरह रहना चाहिए. लिव एज इज ऑर्डेन्ड फॉर यू. एंड सन्यासी को सन्यासी की तरह, ब्रह्मचारी को ब्रह्मचारी की तरह. रिमेंबर एवरीथिंग आई टोल्ड यू. योर ड्रेस, योर स्पीच, योर इंटेंशन, योर एटीट्यूड, योर स्लीप, योर ईटिंग, your behavior, your social interaction, your social life, your sadhana, all should be in one line. And when everything is in one line, synchrony, then there is music in your life. Otherwise, there is a noise. Noise is there. If you have to shout, in this cloth, I can't earn money. Earning money is not for this cloth. Earning money, you become grahastha. I cannot be attached. Okay. ठीक कह रहे हैं. This is called paradharma. Don't do somebody else's dharma. Because he is doing, I will also. But he is different, you are different. He is different, he is meant for different thing. Dharma is a medicine. What medicine works for him, it may not work. Then third is called abhas. Shraddha was there. I didn't get the Pandit. I fed my cook who was a Pandit. A Brahmin cook, I fed him. बोले तुम ही पंडित आ जा इधर जा. तो कला भास. Dharma bhas. I was in Lucknow once and Devi Jagran was at 12 o'clock. I was not brahmachari. So the priest came, those was to conduct at 2:30 a.m. So all the boys of the house first beat the priest. Because they were waiting from 9 o'clock. Priest said, I'll come at 9 p.m. He came at 2 o'clock. So first thing they beat him left and right. क्या हो रहा है? बोले मारेंगे इसको पहले. बड़ा पंडित फिरा घूम रहा है, मारा को उसको. After he was given beating, then they gave him nice clothes. बोले take bath. He took bath. Then they came and offered pranam. हमको क्या तमाशा है? बोले नहीं पंडित जी हैं. आइए पंडित जी प्रणाम. पाए लागो पंडित जी. एक बोल आभास. अब पंडित जी की आवाज बोले खुश रहो बेटा, खुश रहो, ठीक है. He is also giving blessings also. He is also normal. I mean, Pandit is also normal. Those who beat him, they are also normal. I said, why should I be worried? वो था नॉर्मल. वो भी देवी जागरण में वो भी शुरू हो गया अपना. जय माता दी, प्रेम से बोलो जय माता दी, चलते बोलो जय माता दी, जय माता दी. I asked that person, his name was Raju. I said, which bhav you have? He is the Pandit, you offered pranam also and you offered beating also. Within half an hour you completed both work. So इतनी जल्दी भाव कैसे बदल गया आपका? बोले नहीं पंडित जी हैं. हमने कहा बट मारना नहीं चाहिए ना, you should not have hit him. बोले गलती कर लो मारेंगे उनको. इसको धर्मा भास. कोई फ्रूट नहीं मिलेगा, उल्टा फ्रूट मिलेगा. A cartoon dog. You are doing dharma bhas. It is not a real dharma. I'll go fast. The next word is called upama. Upama means you are imitating somebody. कौन सा जप करते बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय, हम भी कर लेंगे. You are imitating somebody. For you, something may not be suitable. Now, people used to imitate his writing. They used to imitate his signature. Used to imitate. I also was doing. And some of the people used to write exactly as Gurudev's handwriting. And many times that letter came to me. And I thought, "Arey, wow, Gurudev's letter has come, wow." Open at that person. I thought, it was his person. And exactly as Gurudev write his ABCD, that is called upama. You are a different person, you need a different behavior, you need different medicine, your problems are different. You need a different attention, you need a different kind of attitude, you need a different sadhana. You need a different, different way of thinking on this matter. Your problems are different. Some are overworked, some work a lot. They have to slow down. Some don't work, they have to work a lot. Some get up too early in the morning, they should sleep on time. Some don't get up at all, they have to get up. Some talk a lot, they should take more. Some are quiet, they have to talk. Everybody requires a different medicine, upama. And chal is there, where you are pretending, doing arti, but seeing somebody else. So chal is there. You are pretending, you are not real. You are not genuine. You are not genuine. There is more of pretense is there, that what people will say. That attitude, and you are doing which you are not, just to get some outside love and outside respect. This is the adharma. Adharma is the one through which a person, Arjun was doing paradharma. Arjun was paradharma, that I will go and become sannyasi. So adharma is the one through which your sadhana capacities are very dull. You don't get joy in God. You don't get joy with Guru. You are not able to serve a lot. You don't have a surrendering capacity. Your samarpana seva is very less. You can't get up early in the morning. You can't do long jump. You can't please anybody. You are not a one who has a personality which can be used by God's seva. You are very tired very fast. So this is called, he doesn't perform Swadharma. And when Swadharma is performed for a long time, yesterday I mentioned, one vritti is developed at an eye level. Dhyan dena. From aham pita, aham mata, aham putra, aham patni, aham patihi. You develop aham Ramasya or aham Krishnasya or aham Brahma. And when you go in the world has no access in you. You think and do the work, but you don't get worked up. Work is, you are in the work, but work is not in you. You live with the people, but person is not in you. You are in a situation, but situation is not in you. That which insulates this is called the fruit of Swadharma, which develops a thought of God or a thought of self in you. Even if you are disturbed, that thought comes and isolates the issue. Like that, like you have in the car, the seat, what is it called? Airbag. Airbags are there. So when accidents are there, they say automatically that airbag opens up. And it prevents you from shock. Driver's seat also has. You need not do anything. You need not push any button. That I have to push that button because you have no time in accident. In accident, you don't have, and even if you have time, you'll forget where it is. In somebody's house, he thought some ghost had come, but he forgot Hanuman Chalisa. So at the spur of moment, we don't have so much of common sense at that time. He said, Jai Hanuman, Gyan Gun, Pavan Sut, kuch bol hi nahi paya. He forgot everything. When he heard something is falling in the kitchen, and he went in the kitchen, and it was falling, but he forgot everything. I said, what? He said, no, I forgot. He said, but Hanuman bolte chalo phir. Kuch to bolo. So similarly, at times we have not time to recollect our knowledge. What was said in the satsang, what was Guru's knowledge, kya bola. You don't have time. But when you have already practiced that thought immediately comes because of your practice. And this makes you very independent of the world, and you are already in your own fullness. You act out of fulfillment. You act out of joy. You act out of completeness. You are already feeling very complete. This outer situation may be horrible. Taponji's outer situation, nothing he had. He had no fridge, no TV, no bathroom, no company to give him, no good kitchen, no kitchen. His ashram had no kitchen, no pantry. Only that small kitchenette is there where you can make tea, coffee. Nothing. Fulfillment was very high. Why? Vritti was there. Brahmakar vritti was there. So I should have a thought which keeps the world at where it is. And I'll use the word at bay. You are where you are. And where my heart has the joy and the Brahman or the Ishwar, that Ishwar is already in my heart. I don't want to displease. I don't want to forget God. I don't want to forget Brahman. I don't want to forget my Guru. His place should be very high as it is. And therefore it is said here in 18th verse, see the word, Santushtah kena va rajan, Santushtah kena va rajan, na varteta pivarina, aupasthya jayvakar panyat grahpalaya tejana. Oh my God. He says, you know what he is saying here? Naradji is saying, one who is having this inner fulfillment, with this vritti is there. This Brahmakar vritti, or he has a Krishnakar vritti, Shivakar vritti in good measure. Measure is very important. Everybody can say, I have money. You have money? Yes, I have money. When you say I have money, it indicates he has money, that means good measure. Bole go and ask donation, he has good money. He has money. He has money doesn't mean he has 5 rand. He has money means he has substantial money he has. Meaning is this. So when I say he has got substantial vrittis there, that means he is lush in his mind. He has a very good insulation, is very good. Santushta has meaning samyak tushta. Bina santosh na kam na sahi, kam achat sukh sapne unahi. He is saying here, very typical shlok is there. He said, a person can vartet api varina, because grahast ashram has not, he has elevated to sannyas ashram, or he has elevated to vanaprastha ashram. Someday food he didn't get. Well, he can be living along only with the water only. Water is enough at that day. See? Santushta kenva rajan. Why not can't he live only with water today? Nahi ho gaya. I have the practice of not having the food, so I didn't have food, that is fine now. I have the practice of living like that. But because of his slavery, aupasthya, he has the weakness for genitals and he has the weakness for the tongue. And he becomes Graha palayate jana. He becomes like the dog. बाप रे, सब चाटा ही लगाते हैं सीधे. They straight slap us. ऐसा चाटा लगाते हैं कि जाग जाए पर्सन. चाटा means hello Stanley, चाटा means huh? Where? Slap. Slap is here. Slap is here. I can test with some of you. It is here. So aupastya झटका दे देते हैं. बोले औपस्थ्य जैवय. जैव कार्पण्यात. Karpanyat means he is after very small thing. Because Swadharma, he has not made himself independent from worldly prarabdha. Your beauty is that you should make yourself free from your prarabdha. What? Free from my prarabdha means, can you elaborate with your example? Of course. Prarabdha means good day, bad day, honor, dishonor, good money, bad money, health, bad health. Prarabdha gives you a thought actually. Prarabdha gives you a thought. That thought should not mix with I. It has given me sukhakara vritti. Very happy. Remember I told you an example? One saint went to the palace and the king gave him very rousing welcome. He gave him nice room. Dullop was there. Yes. Every day he used to sleep. Every morning, evening he used to get almond milk, this big glass. Nice carrot halwa he used to get. So king was watching and this Mahatma was eating quite a bit. So one day, because every day twice, morning one glass almond milk, evening one glass, more than you. Not more than you, sorry. So 2 glasses were there. Now she doesn't take. Now she has renounced. No? But once upon a time, 4 times. 4 times milk. 4, no, 5. 5. 4, 5 times. Imagine that. Anyway, what you have to do? Now I am saying, this Mahatma used to have nice meal. After 9 minutes, belching is also there. One day king asked, what's the difference between you and me? King said, first get my food, then we'll see later on. Oh, koi baka. One day in the night after 20 days, he said, let me walk. And both were walking near the Ganges. Ganga ji was close by. 1 kilometer pass, 2 pass. Mahatma said, the king said, oh, we are already far away. He said, why? He said, it will take 1 hour to go back. Walking. He said, we have to go back. He said, yes, we have to go back to the palace. He said, I'm not coming. I'm going to Gangotri. He said, but your items are there, your bag is there. He said, whose bag, whose item? He said, come with me. He said, how can I leave my wife, my child, my palace, my whole thing is... He said, there's a difference between you and me. He said, what's the difference? He said, difference between you and me, both had good prarabdha. My prarabdha and my knowledge both are different matters. And your knowledge and prarabdha is same. Your happiness depends on the outer situation. But I never felt that after leaving everything, there is difference in my knowledge of myself or knowledge of my God. I don't feel there will be any change in my happiness whether I live with you or with her. Whether I eat nice food or I don't get any food, it won't make me any difference from inside. This conviction is in me. He said, but where you will sleep? I will sleep near Ganges. There is a sand there. On the sand I will sleep. He said, from such a nice room, mattress to sand, from such a nice milk to drinking Ganga Jal. He said, my knowledge is not going to change. Because both don't get mixed. Your successes, your prarabdha, your sorrow, joy doesn't get mixed with your devotion and knowledge. Both are different matters. This is called santushta. Outer matter is fine. Good days there, bad days there. But there is nothing called good eye and bad eye. Good day, bad day are there. Long day, short day are there. Healthy day, healthy body, unhealthy body is there. Good night, bad night, both are there. Someday you get good sleep, someday you don't get sleep. Someday you are more dreaming. Someday you are dreaming more. You must have felt. Someday you have headache. Someday you have no headache. Someday automatically you feel, see, I am so loved by that person. That same person snubs you. The one who said, I love you, he is not at all giving me any reply also. Now my point is, my knowledge of I, my understanding of I, my understanding about God, that understanding which gives you joy, that understanding of Anantata has not changed. Prarabdha and Aham is two different matters. Aham Gyan, Aham Anant Aham Gyan or Anand Krishna Bhav and outside situation are both different matters. They are not two. You love me, you hate me. You like me, you dislike me. You give me good treatment, you give me bad treatment. All are fine. But it has not changed my knowledge about me. It has not changed my understanding about the self. My understanding about my God, that Anantakara Vritti has not gone away. That thought of infinite has not gone away. This is your sadhana. I hope you understood that. And if this is confirmed, doesn't matter, because anyway I will be there with my God. If I have the most beloved person whom I love in my life, most beloved, if he is there in the hut also, he goes in the desert, I'll follow him. If he goes in any problematic area, if he is there, I'm fine with it. As long as he is with me, I don't mind even eating anything. Even if somebody abuses me, doesn't mind, because he is there and I can be very happy with him. So this understanding about the self, which Guru has given me after a lot of effort, which devotion of the God, which Guru has put hard work to put in my heart, that vritti is not lost. That vritti is the insulation between the me and the world. And anything that comes through the vritti, it dissolves. The poison of the situation, that hitting power of the situation, that situation was making me shattered. That power of the situation has gone. This the devotion is there. Paramhans ji had cancer, Ramkrishna Paramhans, and throat cancer was it. Whole night used to cough and it was badly paining. Itna tha. People used to tell him, and he used to have see Devi ji also. He was a devotee of Kalima. So he says, why don't you tell Kalima? Boli, tomorrow, call Bolbe. Tomorrow I'll talk to her. But the moment that thought of Kali came in his mind, he didn't remember that this pain is there. He said, Devi has given spine. And this is the difference between Mahatma and Sansari. Mahatma also is insulted. Mahatma also is honored. But Mahatma lives in his own real self. Mahatma lives in his own real self, his real God, his real I, and he revels it. Whole day he's sporting with his self. His day is Atmarati, Atma Krida. He's sporting with his God inside. He is in his private chambers, he is talking to him. That vision of his God is not lost. Sansari person is wanting to change somebody. He wants you. He has anybody has total access. His heart is public bus. You have public bus. Now what is it called? Taxi? What is it? Bus is also there. What is it called? Public bus. There's one word for that. Municipality bus. That is the right word. Where you stop and already it is overcrowded. Already it is full in this COVID. and not many are putting on mask. They are so nischal. They don't see outside, inside. They don't want to hide themselves. Not putting mask means they have no kapat. And you have to be, and you can enter, you can accommodate. Any number are there, they can shift and you can be entered. Our heart is like that. Any issue enters. He did like that. She did not do like that. आप available नहीं है. Swadharma makes a thought of God and takes away the thought of the world from your mind. It puts your eye in a very safe zone. You're not available. You see everything. Maybe you interact. Maybe you talk. Maybe you laugh. Maybe you cry. But you are not a part of any experience. Because you are already flooded and you are already drowned in one experience. You are already saturated with it. There is no place in you that you can take anybody's sorrows and joy and get into influence by that. This is Swadharma is there. This is called Santushta word, Santushtaha. And this is what is called sadhana. Sadhana is meaning you are developing an insulation. You are developing a buffer system. You are making your mind shock-proof. You are making your mind not available to think on these topics. When you are doing adharma, you are making your mind very weak. You are easily infectious. Calm is an infection. Krodha is an infection. I saw that person's fault and I am so upset about you. That is, I have got your fault has entered. I have infected I. I don't like you. Infected I. I am infatuated by you. Infected I. I am jealous of you. Infected I. And about worldly matters, I am spinning thoughts after thought. With you, I have no isolation. I am too much carried away by you. I get very disturbed. I get very, very attracted. I get totally bowled by you. I couldn't sleep last night. I couldn't wake up in the morning. These things what you said, because you disturbed me a lot. This is called, you have not performed your Swadharma. You are not a man of few words. You are a man of jungle of words. There is one expression called is a man of few words. Very good expression is there. He is not a few words. Sentences are there in his life. His life is a sentence. Because for everything he has so much of wrong knowledge. For every person he has a lot of wrong knowledge. Wrong emotions, wrong knowledge, wrong understanding. He has not performed Swadharma. He has not separated the truth and false. Sat asat vivek he has not done. He has not done mamta and who is really mine and who is not mine. That kind of work he has not done. So he has become old, but he is childish. Age-wise he has aged, but he is still childish, not childlike. He is childish. Why? He is making the same mistake as he used to make earlier. His standard of mistakes have not increased. He doesn't. Some people don't do a mistake. His mistakes are very gross. The one who is worldly, his mistakes are in speaking, in thinking. One who is a seeker, his mistakes are in emotions. And one who is meditating, his mistake is in I. Why this thought? Why could not disidentify at that moment? That is his mistake. But his mistake is low class mistake. Vedanti's is high class mistake. Oh my God. Oh. Asantushtasya viprasya tejo vidya tapoyash. Bole, one who is not santusht, one who doesn't have this kind of infinite thought, his knowledge is destroyed. His stage is destroyed. Sravanti indriya laulena jnanam cha eva ava kiryate. His knowledge, whatever his knowledge is there, it's very easily taken away. Because Swadharma has not put a barricade. Not this much and not more. This much talking and not more. This much touching and not more. And this much is required. This much understanding. He has not protected himself. This is the topic of Swadharma. So ultimately, if you see how it goes on, I had told from the very beginning, from many sankalp to one sankalp and from a sankalp. Whole world is in sankalp only. From many vasana to one Ishwar vasana, then nirvasana. And nirvasana is equal to moksha. When you have no shopping list, why will you go to the market? Why will you go to the market? When your marriage is already done with a nice boy, girl, why will you see another, why will you put in Shadi.com? When you are already married. And it has been public also. So what you had given in Shadi.com, that girl is there, I am educated girl, 5 foot 3 inches my height, needed a boy. Brahmin boy is required, this is required, I am educated, this, that, I like this. You will remove that. Then you need not see Shadi.com whether I am matching or not. But you are already married. Bekoof. When you are already married to a nice boy, then why should you see anybody else now? Don't see. भाई हमारा अब तो हमको वर मिल गया. वर means श्रेष्ठ, and therefore is called Ishwar. Ishascha asau varascha iti Ishwara. He is Lord also and best also. That is, var means varaniyam. He alone is worth choosing. I have got. Now when I got, I don't need anybody. Why? Because there is nothing else. There is nothing else. Tatra ka kam pashyet. Who will see whom? There. I am already full of that knowledge of the self. So Swadharma initially stage from many sankalp to one main sankalp. First thing Swadharma prioritizes. No, this is main work. When you have many work, don't get panic. First, which is the important work right now? Which can be postponed and which should not be postponed. No, ये भी करना ये मालूम कैसे करेंगे? But देखो, nothing will do 1 hour. By the time you start one work, other will come in your mind. Let us see. Wait. Therefore, they crying in the exam. No, which chapter to by heart? This is also there, and also there. Oh my God. देखो, one chapter, which is the main chapter, which is difficult one, you do it right now. Later on, you can do easy ones and relax. First is, many work is there. What is the main? What is the main issue? Main issue is Antakarana Shuddhi. Main issue is pleasing the God. Main issue is I should not get rebirth. Main issue is my Guru should be pleased. Even if I have to die, it's a small deal. Death is a small deal for my dharma. So I am coming from one main thought, main desire, main issue, main topic, main thing. What about Chacha Mama? Chacha Mama is okay. Main is God. Main is my nishkamta. I want to make my mind nishkam, nirdvand. I don't want to be buffeted by the ups and downs. I don't want to have any ahankar. This is the main thing in my life. Other can be taken care of. It's okay. We can manage other things. This is the first thing. From many sankalp, come to one sankalp. From many karma, come to one karma. From many vasana, develop one vasana. From many place to go, develop one place. From many devatas, develop one ishta. From many thought, develop one mantra thought. Become quiet. Develop dissolving. And after many, and then come to nirvasana. Is it clear? So Swadharma is a journey. Journey from illusion to truth. And by the time you have a target 30-40 years, you give yourself and you graduate from Grahastha ashram to Vanaprastha ashram, where I don't need wife and husband also. I can live without him or her. This conviction is Vanaprastha ashram. I don't need children, I don't need grandchildren. I don't have to see them. आँख के सामने हो, कोई जरूरत नहीं आँख के सामने. I don't need. I can live without you. Don't tell it. Just be clear about it. Because You are going to get that time soon. You are going to get that time soon, within few years only. Now you are in the fag end of your life. Start the practice session. After that, I develop a thought of Lord. I go to sannyas ashram. I want body forgetfulness. I don't want to remember my body. Earlier I can live without my family remembrance, my spouse remembrance. That is vanaprastha ashram. Now I don't want to remember my body. That is sannyas ashram. Where I want to merge my prana into man and man into self. I don't want to be aware of body. Or if I am aware of the body, I am aware of the body as a seen object, not as I and mine. It's a lump of 5 element which is there. It's a big lump. But it is a lump. I have nothing to do with it. I start my funeral in my mind before the funeral comes. I see my funeral. Body's funeral. I am a drishta. This is going to Param Dharma. I abide in it. This forgetfulness of the world, not forgetfulness, this conscious forgetfulness because of remembrance of the pure self, this conscious forgetfulness of the world because of remembrance of the God, not because of any other reason. This is Param Dharma, and this is the fruit of Swadharma. And Grahastha ashram has ultimately acme into sannyas ashram. Some birth it should come, if not in this birth. And that is moksha dharma you have. I am liberated. What's your knowledge? I don't go anywhere. How it started? It started when I was 20 only. Today I am 75. Today I am 85. I am close to that. I don't need to see anybody. I don't need to touch anybody. I don't need to hear anybody. Drishta anushravik vishay vitrishnasya vairagya. This is the definition of vairag by Patanjali. Upper vairagya. Drishta shravik. Well, what you hear and what you see. Vishay vitrishnasya sangya vairagya. Then I am forgetful of my body. I can consciously forget my body. I consciously forget my thoughts. I consciously forget. And because I am absorbed in myself. This ability to forget or objectify at will. You hit the body, I don't feel you are hitting me. You garland the body, I don't feel you are garlanding me. This is the Param Dharma. Human body is meant for this state. That is called Jivan Mukti. So, there are still some beautiful shlokas are there. We will see later on. So, tomorrow onwards is our chapter 4 of Shrimad Bhagavad-Gita. No, 2 shlokas are remaining, I think. 2 verses are remaining. First we will cover the 3rd chapter, then we will come. Om Har Namah Parvati Pate Har Har Mahadev Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan Ki Jai Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namah. Hari Om.
Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayan Vasudeva He Nath Narayan Vasudeva He Nath वासुदेव हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद श्री कृष्ण गोविंद श्री कृष्ण गोविंद श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हे नाथ